going up against Corey Mack. Corey McClellan and in his pit area right now. Let's check in with Big Daddy Don Garlitz.
Well, guys, as we suspected, there is an engine change going on in the Corey Mack pit. And as you well know, Corey Mack is the last car remaining that has a shot at the Winston Championship. Now, he has to set the ET 1% backup in this next round and then go on and set the record in the next round and win the race. Now, with this engine change going on like it is and all the activity in this pit, in my opinion, that is a very unlikely scenario.
So it's going to be a difficult one for Corey McClellan to be able to overtake Joe Amato for the season-long championship in the Top Fuels. We head over to the funny cars once again. We continue with round number 2. Chuck Etchels, the veteran, and Jim Epler.
You know, Joe, the last time we were here at Pomona, it was that man, Jim Epler, in the funny car winter circle. He won the Winter Nationals, led the points for a couple of races, and then faded very fast as Winston Pedregon took over. Etchels won in New Jersey here on NBC, and later on this same season in Denver, Colorado. Now, Epler qualified number 10 at a 5:23. He hasn't been around for a few races. That's very good. Beat Dale Foley round 1. Etchels qualified. Boy, he thundered number 2 at a 5:13 and beat Mark Oswald in round 1. Etchels is the car to watch. He ran quicker in the preceding round. That's why he has lane choice. As so many have, he takes that left or far side. Maynard Yates, his crew chief, walks away from that car. Maynard has put cars in the winter circle here before. Bruce Larson a few years back. Jim Epler from the Pacific Northwest. Chuck Etchels, Putnam, Connecticut, here on the starting line in Pomona, California. A good start. Both crew chiefs have the clutches just right. Epler starts to lose control. It is Etchels at 5.20, 276 miles an hour. He will go to the final 4 of the Fuel Toots.
Now we get ready now for another matchup in round number 2 of the funny cars. It's Freddie Neely taking on Kenji Okazaki.
And Atlanta's Freddie Neely is the number 1 qualifier with a brilliant 511 in a car that we saw win here back in 1990, driven by Casey Spurlock, and with the same crew chief today, Ronnie Swearingen.
And just a couple of weeks ago at the Cheap Nationals in Ennis, Texas, Neely with his fastest ET ever. Another one who's been a very hot driver. He's down to the far end right now with Steve. Let's join Steve and Chuck Etchels.
It's a long ways from Connecticut to California, but right now, Chuck, you're glad you made the trip.
Oh, Steve, we sure are. I mean, you know, it's the end of the year. We want to win this race bad. I mean, we're hungry. That McDonald's car's beat us up the last few races, and we're tired of them.
A 5:20 low ET the round so far.
Well, Maynard and the crew guys are doing the job.
I'll say.
So we are ready as Freddie Neely is backing into position for his matchup with Okazaki.
And Kenji Okazaki is really an interesting guy. He rents this car from Big Jim Dunn. You saw standing there looking over the operation. He has run very, very well. Is getting quicker all the time. And his business is he sells American muscle cars in Tokyo, and he can't import enough of them. Freddie Neely, he stumbled around in the sport with his own car for a long time. Never really hit it out of the ballpark until he got a hold of this machine. And it is first rate and could win this entire event, Joel.
He's a big favorite coming into this matchup in round number 2 of the funny cars.
Ooh, Kenji lap burst, but suddenly something went wrong. Freddie Neely streaks away. Oh, he equals Etchels' time of 5:20 at 268 miles an hour, and that indicates that he shut off early. That car can run close to 290.
So we have our pairings now for the funny cars semifinals. Freddie Neely going up against Bruce Pedregon. Neely will have the lane choice there. And in the other pair, it'll be Chuck Etchels, a couple of veterans, and Al Hoffman. Etchels will have the lane choice there. And before we head back to the track, we move to the pit area now as Eddie Hill continues discussions with his crew chief, Fuzzy Carter, who you're looking at right now. They need that backup so they can come up with possibly the quickest time in the history of the sport. He's getting ready for his Top Fuel semifinal with Ed McCullough. Let's head to the far end of the track, though, and find out how it went for Freddie Neely.
On a rail, 5:20.
5:20. That's what we were hoping for, Steve. Maybe a 19 or 20 just to get by the round to get to the semifinals. You know, we've had this second round jinx, can't get by the second round. But Ronnie said, you know, we're going to get by this time, try to win this race.
It would be your first ever.
It'd be my first ever, and I'd be proud for Dick Brown. He's the one that put us here. He's the man I got to thank.
Here's your neck color back you threw at me.
Thank you, Steve. Thanks, guys.
Getting a little physical at the far end of the track. We move over to the semifinals now in the Pro Stocks. A couple of veterans, Jerry Ekman and Don Beverly.
You bet, and a couple of spectacular race cars. That's an Oldsmobile, that's a Pontiac. And NHRA is very strict regarding body modifications so they look like their production counterpart. But after that, buddy, mechanically, you can do anything you want. 500 cubic inch engine limit. They make about 1,200 horsepower. They are incredible machines to drive. 5-speed transmissions. You let up the clutch like you do in a normal street car. Don Beverly, he has won 2 national events this year. It's a team car to the Pro Stock champ, Warren Johnson, capable of winning anywhere. Jerry Ekman, he started off like a ball of fire, winning the Winter Nationals. He won 3 races right off the bat in the 92 season, only to fade. And when he lost the handle, he lost it completely. But starting to kind of resurrect himself back here on his home track in Pomona, California. Now they lead at very high RPM with these cars. You wonder how the engines can even stand the strain. Listen. Pro Stock is underway. This is the semifinal round. They run identical laps, times of 7:23, but Ekman is there first because Ekman left first. 190 miles an hour for the winner, a faster 191 for the loser Beverly.
And the difference in this race, what you're looking at right now, the very beginning, where the whole shot was the difference for Jerry Ekman. In fact, the only difference in the race in the ET time was 5,000 of a second. So Jerry Ekman moves on to the finals in the Pro Stock division. As we continue with the Winston finals, and we head down to the far end and join Jerry with Steve Evans.
Well, Darren, if they just had all the races at Pomona, you might be the world champ.
You know, I'd say that again. It's this track's really been kind to us, and it's good for us for our team because we're originally based out of here, and we got a lot of fans, and we love it here.
That would have been a heck of a drag race, except you had a 300th advantage and probably never saw him.
Yeah, they always told me you got to take as much as you can on the starting line because you might have to give some back. So you tried to do that.
Final round bound.
Good job.
So Jerry Ekman has one spot in the finals of the Pro Stocks. When we come back, we will find out who his opponent will be. We'll have the other Pro Stock semifinal between Warren Johnson and Bob Glidden.